So hey folks, and welcome back to another video. And on today's video I'm going to be fitting a battery charger from VICTRON. This is the Blue Smart IP22 charger. This is the 3 output version. Now I have 2 batteries on the boat. One is a house battery and one is a starter battery. But I'm going to wire these up so that they show separately on the VICTRON app, so I can see the state of charge and also just the information from each battery really. Now they recommend 6 AWG 16mm cables, so I've got some black and some red cable that I ordered. I also ordered a bus bar from Amazon, and what I'll do is when I wire these I will put 2 positives from the unit to each positive of each battery. Okay, so where have I mounted the box? Well, just behind the seat unit here is the storage behind the seats. I have the VICTRON unit placed behind here, already screwed onto the panel, and literally just underneath where I'm sat just now is where the battery bank is, so quite close, so the wiring run needs to be very short. Now why I wanted this device was mainly to keep my batteries charged up basically, and while I'm in the marina on shore power, that can be done so that every time I do take the boat out I know the batteries are full, and also this optimizes the batteries and I can just leave this on them. VICTRON are one of the best out there on the market, certainly in the boating and camper van market currently. This unit cost me about 135, I think it was, from Amazon, and it came next day. So yeah, so I'm going to put this on, have a look at the app, have a look at the workings of it. Okay, so as you can see now I've taken the seat off and the board, so we've got down here starter battery, house bank battery. I will be adding another battery in, so I thought it was beneficial to get the 3 battery version of the VICTRON unit. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to run the wiring now, lengths, cut them, and then put the terminals on and connect them all up to the battery. Okay, so what I've done first is I've put the positive lead over onto here, and I've put a terminal on the end. Now I did have some heat shrink that I've left at home, so I'm going to have to heat shrink these terminals when I come back to the boat. Just disconnect them and do that. So what I'm going to do on the bus bar is just connect the first terminal up, and then I'll have the 2 negatives coming off here to the batteries, and then I'm going to connect this bus bar just in the battery box just underneath, and then if I add another battery I can just use the next terminal. So just remember not to tighten these too much, because I over tightened one of these once, messed it up and broke it off. So that's that one on. What I'll do is I'll connect them all before I actually screw this onto the bulkhead just down in the battery box. Now it does help if you've got the right tools. I did order again from Amazon. Great place to get things. These cutters and also the crimpers to put the terminals on. Okay, so I've got my 1 negative coming out here, going through a hole that I've drilled to go down into the battery box just here. Just there you can see I've got the bus bar, and then on there I've got the negative coming from the VICTRON to the bus bar, and then 2 negatives coming off, one going to the negative on the house battery and one going to the negative on the starter battery. Okay, so all I need to do now is run 2 positives to the positive terminals, 1 and 2 just there on the back. Now, while I might not be an electrician, this is something that you can do yourself if you've got a little bit of common sense about electricity and how it works. I prefer to do it myself, to be honest, just so that I know I've done it and I've done it how I wanted it. Like I say, the heat shrink over the terminals is something that I want to put on, and when I come back to the boat I'll add that in a couple of days. I actually took the heat shrink home with me for some strange reason, so yeah, need to add that onto it as well. Okay, so need to run that through down to one of the, or the furthest away, which is the starter battery, and just cut the wire where I want it, just so I can put it into the VICTRON unit, and then we'll run one more to the house battery. Okay, so I've connected both of the positives up and the negative to the bus bar. All I need to do now is just feed these leads through here. Okay, so all the leads are through, and as you can see there, I've got 2 positives, 1 negative. Okay, so as you can see here, I've got the mains lead coming out, and literally what I'll do, where the cushion is here, it just lifts up, and then I can just take the mains lead out, plug it in while the boat's in the harbour, and charge the batteries. So I've tidied all the wiring up, put some cable ties up and things like that, and I'm just ready to plug it into shore power now and have a look at the app and see how charged these batteries are, but obviously it'd be nice to get them fully charged up when we're in the harbour. Now, one thing that they do is they give you a plastic cover that goes over with plastic nuts on the end to tidy all that up, which is nice. Cushions are all in place now that the battery box has been stored away, and just literally that cover just there goes just on there, and then all we need to do is just plug it in and then switch the switches on. So nothing's blown up so far. Okay, so I don't know whether you can see it with the camera just now, but we've got bulk charging on and normal 14.4 volt, just showing just there. So what we need to do is have a look at the app and see what's happening. Okay, so she's plugged in, she's on ABS and normal charging mode. Okay, so I'll pop the app on screen just now. The battery charging status is absorption charge currently. The battery is charging at constant voltage and with decreased current until fully charged. So the current going in is about 4.95 amps and voltage is 14.42, hovering around there currently. We can look at the graph. So we started off on the graph, bulk charging, it got up to a certain level, and then we've gone on to ABS, so absorption charge. Also the history of the cycles that it's going into. So it's been on for 10 minutes 29 seconds, and charge amp hour is 1.10 amp hour, and this is the first cycle. So you can look at the history, look at the graph, and obviously get the status of it. Now, what I was hoping that it would actually show me both batteries, but it's actually just showing me as one. I'm not sure whether I can change that. Function, charger, power supply. I expected it to be able to show me both batteries with me connecting up to both batteries, but anyway, if somebody knows different, then please let me know, but it would have been nice to have seen both batteries. It's doing its job, which is what I bought the device for anyway, so it'll be nice to see those batteries charged and obviously maintaining that charge. So as you can see, I've put the cover back on the chair just now, and then I've got the lead for the battery charger just coming out the top, which is great, and then literally I can just fold the cover up, and then I've got my VICTRON charger underneath. Pop that back in, and then yeah, I've got my shore power. Like I said in the other video, I haven't got shore power into the boat. The panel is just literally 12 volt over there, so that's why I got the Bluetooth device just there for some extra boost, extra power. And then yeah, this is quite good. This is a Maypole, made by Maypole. So yeah, we're all powered up now. That's that job completed, which I'm happy to say. I will look at lithium for the starter, the house, and add in another house battery. You can never have too much power, and at the end of the day it is just a battery on board. And also I'll pop that solar panel, like I said, the permanent one, just in front of the canopy, and run a charge controller down to the batteries, so that obviously when we're not in the marina, and it just gives a trickle charge into the battery bank while we're not using the engine and under sail.